If people are still confused why Trump won, these next 10 minutes are a pretty good start for some answers and self-reflection as well. So without further ado, let's get it started.
My name in the Ojibwe language is Gigi Wewadam Ukwe, or in English, speaks with a clear and loud voice woman. I'm a member of the White Earth Nation, and my family is the Wolf Clan.
Oh, I bet. You ready for a real name? Peggy Flanagan.
My pronouns aren't preferred, they are mandatory. Do not purposefully misgender trans people. You do not get to decide how someone identifies. My pronouns aren't preferred, they are mandatory.
You know, if kids are hungry in school, what that does to brain and learning, you're not going to learn to read. So if you're talking about learning to read and closing gaps, then you better take away the barriers for that. If that's tampons, then that's tampons.
People who have testicle keychains hanging off the back of their trucks.
My high school bully with internalized homophobia.
The old man who asks where I'm really from.
My ex who definitely does not understand the female reproductive system.
Anyone who's ever wronged Taylor Swift.
The girl from summer camp who's now a conspiracy theorist.
The guy on the subway who manspreaded 2 seats.
Whoever this guy is that keeps DMing me for feet pics.
My cousin who wrestles 30 to 50 feral hogs in his backyard every day.
My coworker who's constantly in trouble.
Hannah, wait, are you talking about me over there?
And before I continue this set, I want you to know that my pronouns are he, him, and that bitch. And I will be respected as such.
How old were you when you started?
I was about 12 when I started on puberty blockers.
What did your parents say?
My parents were really resistant originally, and they were pretty strongly believing that I was not transgender, and they were told by my former doctor that I was at very high risk for suicide if they didn't agree to the treatment.
And you were not?
No, I was not suicidal at the time, and I only attempted suicide after being on testosterone.
And when you finished, you were roughly how old?
I finished testosterone, or I fully stopped taking testosterone earlier this year.
And when did you decide this was not for you?
Earlier this year, after completing DBT therapy and sort of having to actually process my trauma for the first time, I sort of started thinking about my future and if I wanted to have children, and I couldn't imagine myself as someone's father.
I don't even want to sit here and be like, you're stupid, you're a fascist, because like that doesn't get anywhere with these people. It's just like, there's nothing else to say or do.
Yes.
Okay, if you voted for that, then like, I don't understand. And like, I'm not even at the place where I'm like, if you voted for that, then I'm cutting you out of my, like, I'm not like thinking that. I'm just like, how can I understand like people I know that push that aside to be like, well, our economy or whatever.
I'm going to get drunk today, and I'm going to act like an angry black woman, because I'm fucking angry! I'm mad! I'm upset! I'm angry as bro. I'm angry. I'm hurt. My feelings are fucking hurt. We always finish last. We always come last to everybody.
My husband and I live off the government. We don't work. And this morning, you know, it's Sunday. This morning, I asked him where he wanted to go eat lunch because we always go out to eat on Sundays. And he sat me down and he said, I think it's best that we stop eating out on Sundays, considering Donald Trump got elected and pretty soon we're going to be without a paycheck because he's not going to give us any more money. It wasn't until he said that it hit me how much this election affects our family directly. Because now we're both probably going to have to go get a job. And so we're going to miss time with our kids. We're going to miss time together. It's just devastating because before our country was so great. People could just live off of the government. You know, you didn't really have to work unless you wanted to. But now with Trump, he's going to force everybody to go to work. And I don't think people realize that how devastating it is to trade your time for money when you could have just had money handed to you from the very beginning. It's awful. And now I'm like, we're not even going to have Sunday lunches out.
What is the weirdest thing about conservatives?
That they're brainwashed, they're all cultish.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's something you agree with conservatives on?
Not a damn thing anymore.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Can't name one?
No.
Immigration, free speech, First, Second Amendment?
First and Second Amendment, sure.
Okay. All right, so we have some agreement.
Using the word skinny to market products that have fewer calories or are healthier is fatphobic. Skinny pop, skinny cow, with the tape measure tied around the waist. And you can try to change the logo, but it's still fatphobic. Skinny girl.
Egregious. Just egregious.
To make something have fewer calories, less sugar, you say make it skinny? Smoothie King, I hope you can now see how people use fatphobia as a marketing tool. It's not about those options having less calories and less sugar, it's the way they're marketed.
Do you think that tax dollars should go towards trans surgeries? Yes.
Because it is a medical necessary surgery. Yes, I agree with that.
Every American's tax dollars should go towards trans surgeries.
If we have free health care, then health care should provide everything a person needs. Trans surgeries, whatever else that, they need, it should go because they can't be happy in their own skin.
Okay.
And they got to be happy in their own skin, and we need to make sure that they are.
An 18-month legal battle just wrapped up in the UK that cost taxpayers more than £63,000 because someone misgendered a gender-fluid dachshund named Pablo. Pablo's owner recently chaired a Zoom call for all LGBTQIA+ employees of Cambridgeshire City Council, where on this call he said that his dog identified as gender fluid and put on a dress on the animal to then create a conversation about gender fluidity. Another employee, who happens to be lesbian, said, "Your dog is male." At which point, Pablo's owner said this: "People mentioned that they were shaking, feeling threatened and horrified with the disrespectful comments." So on behalf of Pablo, this lesbian colleague was then reported for aggressive tones and transphobia and was banned from attending further meetings or contacting members of this group. So she sued and now has been awarded over £55,000 and had all of her legal costs covered for this. Apparently, it's not against the law, even in the UK, to misgender a dog's gender fluidity. People actually thought we were going to have flying cars at this point, or live on Mars, or cure cancer. And instead, here we are.
Oh my God, it's a person of color. Hi, person of color, are you okay?
Yes.
No, you're not. You're not okay. You are an oppressed, depressed, sad person of color. Oh, you must have such a sad, depressed, oppressed, sad life.
No, I'm actually very successful.
No, you're not. You're not successful. You can't be successful in this system, and I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to take care of you. I'm going to post so many Instagram stories.
I don't need you to take care of me.
I'm going to take care of you. Because I hate the white man as well.
They're actually alright.
You're a sad, oppressed, depressed, gay,
I'm not gay.
person. You are
gay.
gay. I bet you're gay as well. I'm here to take care of
Somebody was right. Emily was pregnant all along. This is my beautiful wife, Emily. Yes, she is a mannequin.
This is Sean. He lives in America with his mannequin wife Emily and his 3 doll children, twins little Shawnee and Tawny. His 3rd child is yet to be revealed.
This right here is our newborn baby we just had last month. We're not saying the gender of this baby because we're going to let the baby decide when the baby gets old enough what the baby wants to identify as.
Sean claims to love Emily and enjoys dancing with her, spending the holidays together and playing with her younger brother Simon.
He just got out of the juvie a couple months ago. This is not my son. This is Emily's little brother.
He shares his life with his unconventional family on TikTok and challenges anyone that judges him.
My wife Emily, we've been married almost a year now. Best year of my life. Hardly ever argue. Don't get in many fights at all. It's been great. She barely even talks.
What do you think?
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me. I am here to talk about an assignment that was showed into my daughter's classroom. I'm going to read the assignment. I do have a picture, but that's, neither here nor there. It says, stand in a circle. Each of you is now gay or lesbian, and you're about to begin your coming out process. You cannot talk for the rest of this activity. I don't see how this is part of the California curriculum for education. There's nothing that it does other than groom children. It's not okay. It's disgusting, and it should not be allowed. I was told by the vice principal of Rancho the first time I called that it was not part of the curriculum. I then emailed Dr. Villarreal. He emailed me back saying, oh no, this is definitely part of the curriculum, this specific activity. Then he had one of his other vice principals call me to confirm that it was really part of this curriculum. I have tried to get into contact with Dr. Villarreal over the phone about 8 times, and just failed every single time. He has not reached out to me himself personally other than the first email contact that we had. I've reached out to Dr. Matt Doyle. I do understand that we will be having a meeting between January 6th and the 13th, I believe. So there is that. I don't think that this assignment should ever be taught to any children. It does not do anything other than groom them. Should not be allowed. Anybody who teaches this should be fired immediately. That's all I have to say about it.
Okay, thank you. Just so that you know, if you've not spoken before, we can't respond from the dais.
I understand.
Okay, thank you.